Good evening and a warm welcome to the State of Business. I'm Nishani Piguera. Here are your headlines. Finance Minister presents 2017 budget, total revenue to exceed 2 trillion rupees. And budget proposes a number of steps to improve ease of doing business ranking. The 71st budget of independent Sri Lanka was presented in Parliament by Finance Minister Ravi Karunanayake this afternoon. The Finance Minister arrived in the chamber at around 2 p.m. to present the second budget of the present government. Total expected revenue of the government is 2,098 billion rupees, of which 1,821 billion rupees will be tax revenue. Tax revenue will comprise 335 billion rupees as income tax, 1,086 billion rupees as taxes on goods and services, and 400 billion rupees as taxes on external trade. The total expenditure will be 2,723 billion rupees, of which 2,024 billion rupees will be set aside for recurrent expenditure, and the public investment gets an allocation of 708 billion rupees. The budget deficit is 625 billion rupees, which is equivalent to 4.6% of the gross domestic product. According to the budget proposals, education sector has been allocated 90 billion rupees. University entry will be increased, and those who are unable to enter state universities could obtain a loan of 800,000 rupees for higher education purposes. Private universities will be encouraged to set up facilities in Sri Lanka. The Finance Minister also said that school children will be insured for 200,000 rupees and the state will bear the cost. The Finance Minister said a number of reforms will be introduced to improve the productivity and economic benefits of the country's plantation sector.
When the plantation sector was liberalized, where the state plantations were converted to regional plantations, the RPCs in 1992, the objective was to ensure that plantations would become profitable entities. However, at the end of almost 25 years, we observed that the performance has been erratic, with investments in modern equipment and agriculture practices in the RPCs being inadequate, with misuse of assets and hence productivity remaining to be a worrisome issue. As such, for more effective management, the maximum acreage that can be held by any standalone company without being allowed to consolidate will be restricted to 5,000 acres. However, we will ensure that there will be no loss of employment. RPCs will be granted the first right of refusal when being allocated land. Tea industry. The prices garnered by Sri Lankan tea have been below par with bulk tea dominating our exports. However, government expects to increase the export earnings from tea to $5 billion by year 2020 requires focus on exporting value-added tea. As such, since the policy is to promote value-added tea, I propose that the Sri Lanka Tea Board extends guarantees to local tea exporters to obtain US dollar loans for brand promotion. There has been significant debate on the issue of deregulation of the tea export sector, with the industry being sharply divided in its views. In this regard, the Honourable Prime Minister has appointed a committee to study the issue extensively. I assure this House that we will not arrive at any haphazard decision without the adequate consultation with the relevant stakeholders.
The government plans to set up a special debt office to streamline the country's debt servicing. The Finance Minister said Sri Lanka has debt commitments running up to 9.2 trillion rupees. The minister also said a number of taxes in the tea export-import business will be streamlined in order to enhance competitiveness and safeguard local industries.
I also propose to simplify the annual renewal licenses with the Sri Lankan Tea Board, which has 6 categories to 2, where large companies will be subject to a fee of 500,000 per annum and smaller companies a fee of 50,000 per annum. In order to promote the CTC teas, that's Katia and Pearl, which has been significantly large global market, I encourage the import of CTC teas for re-export with the value addition. Further, to support CTC tea, imports are forced with restrictions at point of import. We will take action to ease regulations on import of CTC teas. At present, I understand refused tea is being exported. This will have a huge negative impact on the brand Ceylon tea, and hence I urge the relevant authorities to enforce strictly to the ban on export of refused tea. A fine of 300 rupees per kilo, which is an increase from 1 rupee, which is at present, will be imposed on those violating the regulations, and all involved in such violations will be held responsible. Rubber industry. The rubber master plan will be implemented immediately, which includes replanting, introducing high-yielding plants, rain guarding technology, etc. I also propose to establish a state-of-the-art finite element analysis simulation center at the Plastic and Rubber Institute of Sri Lanka, for which I propose 50 million. We have continued our investments in rubber sector with the 900 million being allocated for rubber replanting.
The Finance Minister also said that the government will take further measures to improve the ease of doing business in the country. Accordingly, the register of companies will be operated 24/7 barring public holidays. The minister said the government aims to put Sri Lanka within the first top 70 countries of the World Bank's Ease of Doing Business ranking.
Our government is committed to creating an enabling environment for business to operate and do business with a minimum of red tape. Let me put this in the context where we rank 110 in doing business 2015. There are at least 8 processes that business must follow before registering in the country. This is the above average among peer countries. Our aim is to shorten this to 5 processes by year 2019. That together with several other measures will enable us to improve our ranking to be within the top 70 nations by 2018. As such, I propose to have the register of companies open operations on all 7 days of the week, barring public holidays, and strengthen the Inland Revenue Department and Labour Department related activities so that time taken to start up business could be reduced to 4 days from its present 10 days. I propose to introduce necessary laws to establish the Office of the National Business Registry, where all businesses will be required to register. We will take action to appoint National Trade Prosecutor who will be entrusted with the task of ensuring the trade and commercial agreements that the country will be enacted properly. I propose to allocate 50 million for the establishment of National Business Registry and the Office of the Trade Prosecutor. We will be introducing amendments to Secure Transaction Act, which will enhance the SMEs' access to credit.
Stay with us for more updates on the Budget 2017 after this short break. Welcome back. You're watching The State of Business. We spoke to a few parliamentarians to get their views on the Budget 2017. Let's have a look.
මේ අයවැයට විරුද්ධව ඡන්දය දෙනවා අපි කිසිම ප්‍රශ්නයක් නැහැ. නෑ ඇත්ත වශයෙන්ම මේ අයවැයෙන් ඒකාබද්ධ විපක්ෂයට සහයෝගයක් දීලා තියෙනවා.
This is a budget where not much extra taxation or extra burdens have been heaped on the people. On the other hand, there's equal investment in growth, that is for the mid-term and the long-term, as well as immediate relief for, especially on the cost of living.
මෙම අයවැලේකනින් පෙන්නුම් කරලා තිබෙන්නේ මෙතෙක් මේ රට අනුගමනය කරමින් තිබෙන ආර්ථික ප්‍රතිපත්තියේ ඇති වී තිබෙන ගැඹුරුතම අර්බුදය. විශේෂයෙන්ම අපි දන්නවා ගියවර අයවැලේකනය හරහා පෙන්නුම් කරන ලද කිසිවක් මේ අවුරුද්ද ඇතුළත සිදු වී නැහැ. ඒ නිසා භාණ්ඩාගාරයේ වෙන් කරන ලද මුදල් පවා විශාල ප්‍රමාණයක් ආපසු හැරී ගොස් තිබෙනවා. ඒ හැරී යාම සඳහා තමයි යොන් වැඩපිළිවෙළ සකස් කරලා තිබෙන්නේ. ඒ නිසා තවදුරටත් අපේ රට අයවැය ලේඛනය ආර්ථිකයේ උපාය මාර්ගයක් හෝ ආර්ථිකයේ ඉදිරි දැක්මක් පෙන්වනව වෙනුවට හුදු ලියවිල්ලක් බවට පත් වී තිබෙනවා. මෙම අයවැය ලේඛනයත් හුදු ලියවිල්ලක් බවට පත්වීම තමයි ඇති අනාගතයේදී සිදුවෙන තත්ත්වය.
මා දකින්නේ ශ්‍රී ලංකාවේ ආර්ථිකය ගොඩනැගීමේදී ප්‍රධාන කරුණු දෙකකට අපි අවධානය යොමු කළ යුතු වෙනවා. එයින් එකක් තමයි විශේෂයෙන්ම ලංකාවේ අපි දේශීය විභවයන් මත පදනම් වූ පුනර්ජනනීය බලශක්තිය සඳහා කොයිතරම් අවධානය යොමු කරලා තියෙනවද කියන කාරණය. ඒ වගේම වසවිසින්තර ගොවි ප්‍රතිපත්තිය සඳහා රජය කොච්චර අවධානය යොමු කරනවද කියන එක.
It will be an unemployment budget because the privatization process is hidden in the budget. So we won't be surprised that this is going to be a failure. It's not going to fulfill the figures that they have established.
This is a very progressive budget, and that budget has concentrated on stability of our economy, and this will be a very vibrant budget for the development of our future activities.
The finance minister spent 3 hours and 10 minutes. The previous budget also same, this budget also same. The government has taken to increase all taxes, and they have increased their revenue using the tax. That is the only thing we can identify this budget.
Implementation is always the challenge, and implementation will depends on the government machinery. And there is a lot to be done in strengthening government machinery and the state services. And therefore, we will be working hard at making sure that there will be implementation. Every quarter, there will be a review on this budget just to make sure that it's on track.
Entire economy is going into the hands of the corporate sector, local and foreign. And even the function of the very government will be partnered by the corporate sector.
අපි බලාපොරොත්තු වුණා මේ අයවැය ඉදිරිපත් කරනකොට අඩු ගානේ අටවම්බොටු නවසුංගම් අයවැයක් කියලා කියන්නවත් පුළුවන් වෙයි කියලා. අටවම්බොටු කියන්නේ වම්බොටු ಜಾති 8යි නවසුංගම් කියන්නේ බදු 9යි. දීලා 8ක් 9ක් බදු ගන්නවයි කියන එක. දැන් ඒ වුණාට වෙලා තියෙන්නේ මේක අහලා ඉවරුනාම මට කියන්න තියෙන්නේ නොම වම්බොටු ඒ වුණාට නවසුංගම් කියලා. බදු බර පටෝල තියෙනවා අතිමා සම්පකාරයටත් බදු ගහලා තියෙනවා.
Stocks close on positive ground. Details after this break. Welcome back to the show. Trading at the Colombo Stock Exchange ended in a positive note today, showing both indices recording profits. The SBI gained 3.23 points to close the day at 6,420.78, while the S&P SL20 index gained 5.2 points to close the session at 3,593.65. Turnover was 294.3 million rupees and 12.9 million shares were traded. And now let's take a look at the day's forex rates. And with that, we sign off from the newsroom for tonight. We'll see you again tomorrow at the same time.